it's Arnie Johansson, Johansson Realty. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Really appreciate it. As always, my goal is, and our goal at Johansson Realty is to serve and support you at the highest level to help you achieve your real estate goals. I'm super excited today because I got a good friend with me, Mike Cardenas with Summit Mortgage. Mike is a rehab loan specialist, construction loan specialist, and I really like rehab loans. I like construction loans because it gives home buyers so much opportunity to get more houses that they wouldn't be able to get if they were just doing a conventional loan or an FHA loan. And it gives them a great opportunity to build equity. And I thought it'd be a great idea to have Mike here because Mike does a lot of rehab loans, and we can just kind of have a conversation about how it works because they're a little bit different than doing conventional loans. So what we did is we got an example of a property that's in South Minneapolis, and this property is on 36th Avenue South and 37th Street, so it's in the Longfellow community, Longfellow neighborhood. As you can see here, it's not like a super great property. It's a foreclosure example of probably a lot of deals that you work on. In this case, this property is $100,000. Okay, so let's break it down. This is kind of how the deals that Mike works on, and this is how a deal that could work for you, where if you did want to do a rehab loan, a construction loan, and build some equity and make the house how you want it, versus just buying it, at market rate, at a house that's already done. Here's an example of how it would work. So, as you can see in the pictures, this property, does need some work. It's $100,000. This area generally is about $200,000 median value. So I know this area very well. We sell a lot of homes over there. So if we say, for example, I think something like this to get it up, where we redid the kitchen and the bathroom, and maybe put new windows in, paint, carpet, or hardwood floors or whatever. Let's just say, for example, it costs $60,000. I think it'd take about $60,000 to get this property up, so it's really nice. After market value is going to be around $200,000. Let's just say 185 to 200 to be conservative. So right now, right off the bat, you get in for 100, you spend 60, you're in for 160, and now your property's worth like 185, 190, 200, depending on the time of year it is. If it's a winter, it's going to be worth less. If it's June, it's going to be worth more. So you can see that you have this instant equity from, you got your $100,000 purchase price, you got your, $60,000 rehab costs, and you got your aftermarket value, $200,000. So this is why I wanted to bring Mike here, and I wanted to talk to him about this, is now we got an equity position in it. So how would this change somebody's loan, or maybe let's backtrack a little bit. Why don't you just tell people how this loan works? How would somebody go about doing this loan versus doing like a regular loan, a traditional loan?
The best part about these is you're actually financing that rehab that Arnie's talking about. So you can still get in these properties, and we have a conventional version of this loan and an FHA version of this loan. So if your credit fills more of the FHA criteria, we have mobility. We can go either which way. But the nice part about it, conventionally, you can still get into this property for just 5% down. You're looking at 5% of the total rehab amount and 5% of the purchase price. Same with FHA. You're only doing a 3.5% down payment. So you can still get into this property just like any other property that you're going to buy with those low down payments. And we actually build in the rehab on one 30-year fixed loan. From a value position, like Arnie's talking about, and I'm sure a lot of people hear about mortgage insurance out there, from a value position, you could really be in a position a year or two after this rehab is done and be at that 80% loan to value and get your mortgage insurance removed, whether you're on FHA and refinance into a conventional loan at that time, or just simply on the conventional loan, just have the mortgage insurance removed. So it gives you a lot of flexibility versus just going in and paying $200,000 for a house that's already complete.
Yeah, and so that's a great point. So there's so many advantages to this. One, you get instant equity. You could sell it and make a profit. Two, you live there for a couple years. as your primary residence, you're not going to get taxed at the capital gains rate at 20%. You sell it tax free, buy another property. Three, like you said, you can eliminate your mortgage insurance premiums, which it would save them maybe
$130 a month on a house like this.
Yeah, $130 a month. That's savings right there. So this is just an opportunity that I like to present because as I see the market shifting, it's shifting. It's definitely turning. It's been a seller's market for a while. Prices aren't like dirt bottom anymore. It's more difficult to find those houses that have equity in it, or they're not overpriced, because I'm starting to see more houses that are overpriced. But this gives you the opportunity to still get in there.
One thing I've noticed, Arnie, on these, I've specialized in rehab for 7 years. So some of my clients that I've worked with 7 years ago, they're on to their second house. This was their first house. They were first-time home buyers. Now they're essentially upgrading, have kids, moving into a different school district, that kind of thing. For their second house, off of the sale of the house that they did this rehab loan at, they're putting 20% down on their second house from the equity of their sale.
Yeah.
So it can put you in a very good position where you're just not, relying on the market. The actual rehab that you did to the house is also building value.
Yeah. So that's a good point. So, this loan is a little bit different than going a traditional route. A lot of people think that, I noticed since, we sell a lot of houses, sold over 156 houses just in the last 21 months. And I noticed most lenders don't want to do rehab loans because they don't know how to do them, and that's the bottom line. They don't really talk about them, but there's so many benefits, and I don't want to make it sound like the house has to be like a total dump.
No.
Like, this is something where you can take out like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 that you can hire a contractor in there to come in and do a bathroom, do a kitchen, and these are projects that anybody can do. And my background, the value, so that's the value that Mike brings, is that, this is one of his main specialties. He's been doing this for 7 years, so he's not going to, shy you away from doing a conventional loan. Come talk to us. There's no pressure, no hassle, no obligation. We just like to make sure our clients are 100% educated so they can make the best decisions for themselves. And then for, experienced realtor like myself, who has a lot of experience in construction. That was the industry I was in before I started selling real estate, and I flipped and remodeled a lot of houses during the recession. So I have a lot of experience with that. So we don't shy away from this type of project where your traditional realtor, your traditional lender might not want to take this on. So I would say, if you're shopping for a house, if you're thinking about buying a house, especially like in Minneapolis area where you want to get a house that is move-in ready, you want to build some equity, come talk to us. There's absolutely no pressure, no obligation. Like I said, we just want to make sure you have all the information you need so you can make the best decision for yourself and your family. If you have any questions about any of these things we've talked about, it is a little bit confusing, because there's a lot of different moving parts in it. Come talk to us. Shoot us an email, shoot us a text, give us a phone call. We would love to have a conversation with you. And, even if it's something that you're just thinking, hey, this is maybe something down the line, or maybe it's something that, I'm just kind of thinking about, I'm not like really for sure I want to do it, we don't have a problem, meeting with you. That's our job. So, Mike, thanks again for coming out here. This has been great. And thanks so much for your time today. And we look forward to hearing from you, and have a great day.